Hey everybody on YouTube, what's going on? Hello, hello. So, my name is The Daily Moogle, and I've been watching a lot of Let's Plays on YouTube lately, and I kind of figured I would give one a try myself. You know, I'm a big fan of video games. Pretty much that's all I did when I was little. And still enjoy them, but you know, don't have nearly as much free time to enjoy them now. And this game is one of the first games that I kind of ever remember playing and really getting into, so I figured it's a good choice for a first one if I'm going to try and do a Let's Play myself, you know? So yeah, this is StarTropics, and this is for the original Nintendo. It's actually a pretty good game for the system and the time that it was, I thought. I mean, it felt really, like, immersive at the time. So, let me delete my practice file there. I don't need that anymore. And I'm going to register my name again, so we can start all over. Okay. Number 1 Prelude. One day in summer, you land at CIsland, where Dr. Jones has his laboratory. So yeah, this game is pretty much broken up into, like, chapters, and this is the first chapter. So we're arriving at CIsland, which you can probably tell where the island gets its name from. It's the letter C. So there's really not anywhere we can go except this village over here. We're pretty much guided right to that. You know, you can't go through the trees or the mountains or anything. You can't just jump in the water. So let's go over here. And yeah, this is a town with a bunch of people that we can talk to. If we talk to this guy, he'll tell us we're in Coral Cola. So, for some reason, every village in this game, the name ends in Cola. Is kind of a recurring theme. Anyway, what we gotta do is go into this big hut and talk to this guy who's the chief. And we'll find out what we're doing here. So, he's been waiting for us. I'm Chief Coral Cola and a good friend of your uncle. Okay, so he knows our uncle, and we have an uncle, apparently. And that guy needs to put a shirt on, I think. Listen, Mike, I have some bad news. Last night, try not to be too upset, but your uncle, Dr. Jones, has been abducted. We must keep this from the islanders so they don't panic. You're the best hope of rescuing Dr. Jones. Okay, so we have an uncle named Dr. Jones. He's been abducted by aliens. You know, pretty normal Saturday. And you can actually say no, you don't want to help, but he just kind of keeps asking you, so you have to say yes, obviously. Good, you're brave. Take this island yo-yo. So yeah, our weapon in this game is a yo-yo. But apparently we're an ace pitcher, so we're good with a yo-yo, I guess is somehow what that means. It looks peaceful around here, but in the dark below, many monsters have appeared these last few years. Don't let them get you. Mike, the fate of your uncle is in your hands. Find a tunnel in the village and hurry to Dr. J's laboratory. Okay, so yeah, that's our next step here. We have to find some secret tunnel in the village that, you know, apparently will lead to Dr. Jones's laboratory. So we're gonna go look for clues and try to figure out what happened to him. So, it's not very hard to find, but the tunnel is actually right over here in this hut. Except this asshole doesn't let us through because apparently he doesn't recognize who we are, I guess. But that's strange to me because, I mean, this seems like an island that we visit a lot in the past. I mean, the chief knows my uncle and, like, he's famous, I guess, so wouldn't everybody here know me, pretty much, or at least have heard of me? But anyway, what we gotta do is actually walk around the entire town and talk to everybody, and then apparently that's supposed to trigger the guy's memory. He knows that we're Dr. Jones's nephew. Yeah, so I mean, you can kind of read what everybody says. Where do you come from, Americola? It's a little bit tedious, but yeah, you just kind of walk around and... The dialogue in this game is pretty funny, actually. Like, some of it's boring, but some of these people have pretty interesting, funny things to say. Like this pig here, I always thought it was funny how he turns around when you talk to him, and, like, he's got, like, a little pixel butthole there. Like, was that really necessary? Mike, you're an ace pitcher right here. Show me how to throw a fastball sometime. Sure. Welcome to CIsland. Alright, thanks. So, I don't think we talked to her yet. Have you met our chief yet? Yeah, I already did that. so they don't really update the dialogue after certain in-game events happen. So yeah, here's another theme, is that this is Miss Coral 1990. Do you think I'm pretty? There's going to be other misses in other villages throughout the game that are going to ask you the same thing. So, I don't know, keep an eye out for that. It's not really important, but... Alright, I think that's everybody, so let's go ahead and go back to talk to this guy. Then he goes, oh, okay, you're Dr. J's nephew, right. Sorry, it's my first day guarding the secret tunnel. Alright, so then we can go in here, and there's a little staircase, and there we go. So then, yeah, there's this witch doctor lady, who is apparently the sister of the chief, who knows our uncle. And she's like, yeah, shaman or something. She doesn't really do anything except wave her hand at you, and she, like, tries to offer you advice or something. When you die in this game, you'll actually see her as well. I think that's, like, one of the only times that you see her other than this. But, yeah, anyway, she's in the game, apparently. Your uncle was abducted because he found a secret in the Lost Ruins. Okay, he found a secret. So our uncle is, like, an archaeologist or something? He's, like, Harrison Ford? I have great hope that you will succeed in rescuing Dr. Jones. Okay, that's good. Just like your North Star, island sailors look for the Southern Cross. Mike, many wild monsters await you in the dark below, but remember, the magic of the Southern Cross is always on your side. Now begin the test of island courage. So why is this a test all of a sudden? I thought I was just going to my uncle's lab. I don't know it was a test, but anyway. So yeah, throughout the game there's going to be a lot of areas like this where you actually can jump around, walk, and attack with your yo-yo. And it's kind of like, I don't know, Zelda style, you know, you have hearts, and when you get hit, obviously you lose hearts, and you die when you lose all of them. So yeah, we can run around, and first enemies, oops, wow, that's really bad, I got hit already. Anyway, you can hit these snail things with your yo-yo. I guess they're slugs. Yeah, so then they die and the door opens to the next area. Another thing you can do is you can actually jump over one space like this, if there's like water, or these little squares here. Sometimes these are buttons that open doors and things like that. So on to the next area, there's just more slugs in here. Basically, just run around and kill them all and then the door will open. So a lot of times the door to the next area will be locked and you gotta either kill all the enemies or find a switch, or if there's something you gotta trigger to move on. Alright, so more snails. Now those stars that I'm collecting, if I collect 5 of those, I'll actually restore 1 heart to my life. So they're sort of randomly dropped, you don't get one from every enemy, obviously. So this square here that I jumped on activated a switch, which I can now hit. Yeah, and you can see that opened the door. Alright, so I'm gonna check these ones. It's a good idea to kind of hop on everything, because you never really know if there's going to be some switch that's triggered or, you know, something you could miss. Now, the rats' movement is a little bit unpredictable, and they take 2 hits with your yo-yo, so you just gotta watch out for those guys. In this case, you don't have to kill any of these. Oop, that was bad. So I'm just gonna kind of run right past them. Alright, jump all the way back over here. Jump down, there's a switch. Check this one, there's nothing. Alright, let's go. Moving along. Alright, now in this case we gotta kill all the enemies. So watch out for the rats, they're pretty annoying. Alright, 1 more star and then I'll have a heart back. Okay, let's go. Alright, so this room, there's a lot of jumping. You do have to be a little bit careful, because if you accidentally jump into the water, you will die. Apparently you cannot swim. Alright, so both to the left and to the right are actually tricks. They're both dead ends. So I'll go here just to kind of show you, because there's a new enemy in here, these bats. And they move diagonally, and then slow down and stop eventually. Alright, so you see you kill them all, and then the same door just opens. And then you can check all of these, but there's not going to be anything. And these black pits, you can accidentally jump into those as well, so just be careful. Alright, so let's figure out what we actually need to do here. Because yeah, this switch just opens the right side, which is exactly the same as the left. So what we gotta actually do is just come up here. And one of these will give us a switch to actually get out of here. Yeah, so in this case it blew open a whole new door, or hole in the wall, I guess. Alright, now there's a treasure chest. A lot of times you'll need a switch like this to open that, and then you'll actually get like a temporary weapon that you can use for the rest of the level. And you press select. Okay, here's the switch that opens the door. You press select to switch which weapon you want to use, and then you just push B. Yeah, there you go. So this is like throwing sticks of fire. We're actually going to need those for the boss. You don't technically need them, you can still hurt the boss with your yo-yo, but the fire sticks have more range, so it's quite a bit safer. And we're going to have an opportunity to get even more of those. Alright, now the snakes, as soon as you step in front of them, they charge. So you gotta like... yeah, you gotta like taunt them over, and then you can kill them that way. Now I believe the end of this hallway can get blown open, and we can actually get some pretty good stuff that you don't really want to miss. So let's go over here. There's a switch that's going to do that for us. Alright, so that goes through the door. Alright, here's the extra fire sticks that we can collect. So yeah, you get 25 each time you pick one up, so now we have 49 because I wasted one. Alright, and that blew open the hallway. Okay, so this music means that it's like a medicine room, I guess. And yeah, that medicine is really good because what you can do is drink it, and it'll restore all of your life. And it's actually... here we go. You can actually get another one if you go through here. But be careful. You can actually... it looks like you can actually do it a third time, but if you jump through the third time, you will drown. It's actually a trick room full of all water. So yeah, only grab the two, and don't fall for the trick. This game is pretty cruel like that. Alright, so let's get out of here. Now the enemies will respawn, so watch out. Jump over here, and then you can take them out. This one's a little tricky, you just gotta, like, move in and jump back real quick. There we go. Oops. Okay, there we go. So yeah, everything kind of reset in this room, you can see. Yeah, okay, so you can't get the treasure again. Alright, so here you gotta be pretty careful. There's bats and snakes. Alright. And this music that we're hearing now, by the way, when you start hearing this music in these areas, that's how you know that you're getting close to the boss. You're usually within like 2 or 3 rooms of the boss. So the next room is the boss of this area, so I'm going to switch to my fire sticks, and what I probably want to do actually is drink one of those things. So the way that you do that is you pause the game, push down to get to your magic items, and then you hit, yeah, you just hit A on that. I might have just accidentally used both of them by hitting the wrong button, but oh well. So okay, we're ready for the boss. Let's go give him a try. So yeah, the boss is this giant snake that basically he'll shoot fire at you, which you gotta jump out of the way. And then at the same time, you gotta like try to throw the things into his mouth. And then every once in a while, he won't shoot anything at you like that, but you never really know until it's like you'd have to get out of the way anyway. So yeah, this boss is a little frustrating. It's kind of just being patient and, you know, timing things right so you can hit him a couple times and then jump out of the way. And again, these stick items are temporary, so don't be afraid to, like, use them all. You know, try not to run out completely, because you want to keep using them on the boss, but... Whoop. Ooh, that was close. Okay, and we got him. Yep, and this music means that we killed the boss, and there's his skeleton, apparently. That's kind of gruesome. So yeah, there's usually like an extra room or two that you just kind of walk out of while you're listening to your victory tune. Alright. And then, yeah, it'll always say, wow, you've done it! And then you get points. I've never really understood how it calculates the points. I'll have to actually, I guess, look that up and finally settle that mystery. But yeah, like, I don't know how I got 7,000 points there. I have no idea what that means. Alright, so now we can come around here. Around the sea, and talk to this guy. So he's Babu, Dr. J's assistant. Mike, you know, Dr. J has a submarine called Subsea. The ID code to start the engine of Subsea is 1492. Oh, well, what a coincidence. And you don't have to remember that. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to forget anyway, but yeah, the game memorizes the code for you, so whatever. Please get on board Subsea in the laboratory. I wish I could tell you more, but he's afraid of, well, probably of getting abducted himself. I wonder what he knows, though. Like, I wonder if he knows something that that would really help us, and he's just too much, you know, too much of a chicken. Alright, anyway, so here's his laboratory. We don't actually get to see the laboratory, we just go right into the submarine. Welcome on board, I am Navigational Computer of Subsea. Call me Navcom, okay. Input the ID code now. Alright, and so yeah, basically the submarine is kind of like our vessel. Oh, and everyone's waving. Well, not everyone, there was like 4 people there. Jeez, thanks for the send-off. But yeah, this submarine is basically what we're going to be using to get around. And here's chapter number 2. After a few hours voyage, Subsea is still cruising on the ocean. But I want to save chapter 2 for the next episode. Yeah, it's a little bit of a cliffhanger. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and we'll get through chapter 2.